What's crack, people? The shed is not ready, so I have to do some repairs in the house. This is a friend of mine's scooter. Now the mudguard is broken off, as you can see. It's not there. Now, I actually don't know what's the make and the model. When I find out, like, I'll put it in the description there. Anyway, the way it broke off, it basically sits here like that, and it's been screwed in with the 3 screws. But the 3 screws been held with these 3 little washers, which like sit kind of like this, and there is a tiny little plate that holds them in place. So the whole thing is like really flimsy. So there's a plastic bits like that, and they kind of sit over all the way around, and they're probably being glued and sitting there. Anyway, long story short, so my plan is I'm gonna use this stuff called JB Weld. Well, I couldn't find a JB Weld. I found that it's the same. It's like that, but different brand. The JB Weld is a brand. So this is a two-part epoxy, which is called metal, liquid metal. So we're gonna use that, glue them in place, and then cover them over it and set them. And when that's dry, then we're gonna take care of the light, because what happens there, the actual the light, that's the connector that goes into the light at the back. So what happened to that? That got completely broken off right at the boot, so you cannot repair that. So my plan is I'm probably gonna connect directly from the scooter. So what I had to do, there's the wire there, right at the bottom there, you can see it. So I had to open up the bottom plate. I will show you probably later on, and run new wire, connect directly, solder in, and leave it like as a permanent fixture. Anyway, sure, let's go see what happens. I hope you can see it, what's going on. So A and B, so you have to mix in small batches because it dries very quick. And smells. So first I'm going to apply a little bit on the corners here. Could do it with my glasses. So now I'm going to place the washers in place. Like so. Make sure they're sitting in their places, because that will align with the holes. Now, and now we're gonna put a bit of this stuff over them as well. we can let it sit and dry. Back at that scooter, and we'll see what way exactly run the wires. Yeah, just a gasket here, so this is look okay. I'm gonna reuse that, and that's the lid coming in. Okay, where are we? So here we go. That's the cable coming in here. Now, what I could do, I could take it out the battery and see how that cable goes. But I don't want to interfere too much with the stuff here. So I'm just gonna open up this cable and see what kind of wires is in it, and just make extension from here to there, and that'll be it, like, really. So that's the plan anyway. So have to get a something sharp knife. How about that? And we resume. Okay, it's a fiddly job a little bit. As you can see, obviously the wires are color coded, so red and black, and I guarantee you there'll be red and black going to the light as well. So the main thing is make sure you keep the polarity right, because LED won't work in reverse. It's not just like a normal light. It doesn't matter what way you connect, it will work. LED has to be its polarity correct. So now what I'm gonna do, that's on the wire I found it. Now let me see. Just a double wire, like I know it's marked actually faintly there with the white stripe. So I'm gonna keep that on the red and keep the black as a black. I'm using this little the heat shrinks, and then I'm gonna put another heat shrink over it, like so make sure there's nothing shorted out. It should be fine because it's a very low current. I'm going to use about that much cable, probably extra, and I will show you the connector. I'm going to cut it off on the other side and just connect permanently. So that way it'll be enough cable, like when the mudguard come off or something, like if it has to come off, will be loose, but it'll be plenty cable, as well as that what you call it, because I can't put like anything else there. Well, I mean, I don't have anything. I do have a connector, but it's too big. It'd be like just hanging there and catching on tour, so you don't want to do that either. So anyway, let's go with this and see how that will work. So before we go. So this one's going to be like real tight, and that's got the grommet will go through it, and then we can assemble the rest. So now and the whole thing which is sitting on the inside, and now we have only the wire that exposed here. So we're gonna close it off this now, and then we can deal with the rest of the stuff. As you can see, these bolts, they were on a Loctite, so I'm gonna put a bit of Loctite and just put them back together. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna use it, just a blue Loctite on this fellas. Put it back together. There's not much to it. Okay. So now, as you can see, this stuff is actually gone hard now, but it's not 100% cured. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shave it off a little bit with the knife, just make sure it's kind of flat and straight, and then I'll see what happened. Right, so now we're going to drill the holes in there, and hopefully that, well, the holes have to be obviously same size as the bolts, the nuts with all the bolts. So we'll start with this. Some stuff may be easier from drill from here, from this side. Yeah, easy as that. So I'll make sure it's clean in there as well. We actually did clean it, if you can see it. It's kind of flat now. So we're just gonna really drill a little bit around there, so make sure that surface is flat in there, inside there as well. Okay, the hole needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, cool. That fits. So next is gonna see if we connect that wire into this wire. Okay, so the wire comes out from the bottom, and I bring it on the side here because I don't want it's gonna rub on the wheel there like that, so it'd be kind of out of the way. So I have a heat shrink on, and I have a stuff there. So now I'm gonna solder onto that permanently, heat shrink it, and then I can put on the tuck away in these gaps, and then I can just bolt it on, and that should be really it. So just make sure the polarity we have it right. So you don't want to mess that up. I'm just going to use an old bridge in here as a stop, so the cable won't be hitting out. By the way, you can reuse that bridge if you ever to buy a new switch, not switch, a new connector. So you can plug that in, because that's actually a holder for a connector. Now, that's gonna go in like this. I guess it should be good done. Now one of the bolts are broke, so I have to actually replace that. And the last thing we're going to put in is little rubber. I don't know what there. There's actually little slots in there it's supposed to go into. Here you come back. That's it, I guess.